Waves Final by Gavin Malcolmson, Aiden Haskins, DJ Kerr, Noah Getz, and Holden Heatrider.
Knowledge of waves. In waves have crest and troughs. Not all waves are visible to the human eye. There are radio waves, microwaves, infrared waves, ultraviolet waves, X-rays, and gamma rays. The wavelength of a wave is measured from one crest of a wave to the next crest of a wave. In between the crest and the trough of a wave, there is a medium, which sets as the middle.
Longitudinal waves. Longitudinal waves are waves which the particles are moving parallel of the medium. Longitudinal waves move from left to right or right to left. An example of a longitudinal wave is a spring. It coils up and compresses, then releases the energy and sends the wave to the right. That's why a spring expands with heavy force. If you'd like to learn more information, watch this video for extra information.
Transverse waves. Transverse waves are waves that the particles move perpendicular to the medium. Transverse waves are made up of troughs and crests. Examples of transverse waves are ripples in water, waves, and secondary waves in an earthquake.
You whisper, good morning.
How a wave is created. One of the most known wave and ocean wave is a water wave. A wave is a disturbance that moves from place to where it is created. For a wave of water is disturbance of the surface of the water. An example is when you throw a rock in a puddle or jump in a puddle. It is cause little ripples, which are known as waves. For other waves, like sound waves, are disturbance of the change in the air. Pressure, an example, is created by a person speaking into a cone, making the sound of a project much louder. Unlike water waves, sound waves are not visible. You won't see your voice projecting out the cone. For earthquakes, multiple different types of disturbances or waves. The disturbance of the Earth's surface is a pressure disturbance under the surface. Even radio waves are a type of wave. They are similar to water waves, the way they ripple in the street.
Different colors and wavelengths. To the human eye, there are 7 base colors that are seen. Red has the longest wavelength of 700 nanometers, which is 1 billionth less than a meter. Colors have multiple waves of light that mix to allow us to see colors.
Different examples of waves. Sound waves, which include hawk waves, water waves, seismic waves, aka earthquake waves, waves in a cloth, examples of flag, psychological waves, nerve impulses, animal locomotion, snakes, eels, other animals that slither, waves in linear media, bowing or plucking guitars or violins or other stringed instruments, gravitational waves, and matter waves.
Waves in nature. Waving as a signal to get someone's attention or to greet them or to say goodbye is not a wave. It does not propagate in a direction. Just because you wave at me, it does not mean that I have to start waving followed by a person behind me and the person behind them and the person behind them. A permanent wave set in person's hair is not a wave. The term is almost an oxymoron. Nothing moving if a thing is permanent. Also, you getting a wave set in your hair does not result in the people nearest you getting one followed by the people next to them getting one, and so on, until the whole globe is filled with wavy-haired people. Wheat or any other tall grass is sometimes said to wave with gusts of wind pass over it. That bulk flow of matter is not a wave, and neither is responsive the wheat.
Depths behind waves. A heat wave is a meteorological term referring to a prolonged period of unusually high temperature. This definition has no connection to a phenomenon that propagates. Just because it's hot for a long period of time in one location does not imply that the heat wave will propagate to another location. It is actually sort of the opposite. A heat wave is often a region where the hot air is stuck. The opposite of a heat wave could be called a cold wave, but it's usually described as a cold snap. This could indicate that neither.
Imagine all the people
Sometimes infrared radiation is described for
living life for
Same
peace.
goes for rising thermals in the
You,
desert. That shimmering effect that often seen
and you
on the
may
horizon
say
is turbulent
that
air
I'm a dreamer,
of different density streaming upward, and that is not a wave. Waves
but I am not the
A
only
thermal
one.
wave is like a heat wave, but for crime, since heat waves
I
are
hope
waves
someday
of
you'll join
heat
us,
waves, meaning to stir up trouble, is not an example of a wave.
and the world will live as one. Imagine no possessions. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger.